Hi, I'm Kaya.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Stacy.
And you're in the ring with the knockouts.
So this is our first official podcast video that we're doing for Detroit Sports 105.1. And we have a few topics of discussion that we're going to cover today. First one we're going to get out of the way is talking about Tom Brady and all these penalties that he is facing for the Deflategate. You girls have any thoughts or opinions on that?
It's interesting that he's getting 4 games. I think that's a little extreme to be suspended for 4 games. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you're the only one that feels like that. I personally feel like it should be like a seatbelt ticket. If you get a seatbelt ticket, it is a set fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think any NFL team that is caught for doing this, there should be a set penalty for it, not $1 million fine to the team, 4 games for the quarterback, and let's see, 2 draft picks, 2016 first-round pick and 2017 fourth-round pick. So
Yeah, I think that's extreme because then people are going to bring up similar cases or things that have happened in the past and compare, like, why did this person get 2 games for instance, Ray Rice?
Right. Exactly.
Why did he get 2 games in the beginning of, the whole situation? Of course, he got suspended for the whole season.
And again, I know you can't have a set penalty for, for everything, because who would have ever imagined what happened to Ray Rice?
Exactly.
That's not something that the NFL is probably thinking about. But for his penalty to be less harsh than what this is, when I'm sure that the Patriots are not the only team that is doing this.
Done like
So, I think it should be set in stone. Like, if you get caught doing this, this is what's going to happen.
Right. What do you think, Lindsay?
Well, I think that with other teams, aren't there other quarterbacks that have admitted to doing this? Or
Right. So it's like, and especially if they're admitting it, like, why are they not being
Right,
fined or
exactly.
penalized for it? So,
It's interesting. I don't know.
so like you said, that is such a good analogy with the ticket situation.
absolutely.
Everyone should be given the
vote
same
Stacy
penalty.
for president, people. I'm just saying.
President of
so
the NFL.
on a better note, there is a replacement for Tom Brady for these 4 games that he's going to be suspended.
Who is that?
And me and a couple of the other knockouts have discussed this issue already. His name is Jimmy Garoppolo. He is from Eastern Illinois. He was a second-round draft pick last year.
Nice.
Smoking hot hottie.
You have to
Not
show
so
me a
sure.
picture.
Yeah, I'm not so sure on his football skills, but I know that he'd be nice to watch.
Right,
So, that's all I have
mean.
to say about that. But so that's my thoughts on the whole Tom Brady thing, and I think everybody's going to have mixed feelings on it. I guess we'll see how this new
Right.
quarterback does. Hopefully he does well for the Patriots, and hopefully Tom Brady gets to come back in that 5th game this
Yeah.
season. And
Right. And show that, I
Yeah.
mean, that the deflated balls had nothing to do with really
Right.
the outcome of everything.
Right. They won.
Absolutely.
Didn't they win by a landslide anyway? Like through the game at the
Like, at the
game
like-
that they got caught. Was
I-
it that game that they found
I'm
out?
not even sure exactly which game. I think it was one of the championship games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess here's another thought that just popped into my head. Okay, you got caught using deflated balls in that game. Make them replay the game.
Exactly.
Bring both teams back and make them replay that
Replay
game.
it. Why not?
Yeah.
I like that idea.
See?
Then it's like fair. All is fair.
Exactly.
Yep.
Make sure the balls are not deflated this
Just
time.
restart. Yeah.
So, I don't know how big of a NBA fans you guys are.
Well, we love working the Pistons games
Right, we
with
love
you.
working the go
Yes.
Pistons. But why do you guys think people hate LeBron so much? I mean, because just last night they beat the Chicago Bulls, and that was, I think, the 6th game. So, yeah, a lot of people are getting, like, it's a lot of backlash coming from LeBron. Like, I don't know, where's that coming from?
I can't really speak personally because I don't really know much about LeBron James other than he is an NBA player. Other than that, like, I've heard different random things. I've heard that people think he's arrogant. I've heard people talk about that hairline.
I know. It's like, do you think they hate his hairline or him? Like, what do you think they do?
Exactly. Like, It's a toss-up. I don't know. The hairline, I think.
I think they hate the hairline more
I think
than
that he
his
should just
skills.
leave it the way it is and just don't mess
How
with
about
it.
he just I think he should just shave it all off. Then that would be the end of discussion, and maybe
Right.
all the
Right.
all the
Everything will be
backlash would
great
just
from now
stop.
on.
Like no more headbands. It's just like a free
Yeah,
It's like
I-
sundresses for girls. Like it's just free, easy.
But maybe he feels like us. Like every now and then we want to change up our hair color, or change our hairstyle. Up.
So it's like, hey, I can just
maybe
add
one day
a
he wants a receding hairline,
hairline
and
in
one
there.
day he doesn't.
I don't know. But I do love LeBron. I do. I did want the Bulls to win, but I mean, I just feel like with Derrick Rose and everything that he's been through and all his injuries, I felt like he deserved it. So, he deserved to come back and just have a win. Like, he tore both his, I think it was ACL, was it? I think he had 2 knee injuries, just put it like that. And for him to come back and, go into the playoffs and just get as far as he did, I think that was good. So I really wanted him to win. So, but kudos to LeBron and his hairline. I hope that works out for him.
Nice. So I have a question. Are you guys Michigan or Michigan State fans?
I'm a Michigan fan all day.
Go green.
blue. Go blue.
Nice. Nice.
I just have one
And
question.
just coming from a girl that works the Michigan games with
right,
me,
but and I literally cry when I go home every night. But I think it's like, I have a question. Where was Go Blue just recently in March Madness? That's all I want to know.
Yeah. Okay,
They just-
listen.
why-
I don't even consider basketball. I'm just thinking football terms
Just like
right now.
football terms.
That's
okay.
where I'm at. I love State for basketball, and I love Michigan for football.
See, and that's fair. You can be a neutral
One of
fan.
each.
And it's interesting because my dad went to U of M and he's a State fan. I'm like, you're
See,
so
so that's
backwards.
all
Do you ever hear people saying like, "Oh, I'm a Michigan fan, but if Michigan's not in the playoffs, then I root
See,
for
that's
State."
how I am.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
I
like-
think that's fair. Like, you support your state, support your teams in your state. If you went to one of the colleges, of course you're gonna. Well, except for your dad, But normally, if you go to that school,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the team you're gonna root
Yeah.
for. But to each his own. If you want to root for both, then
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
just previously, I think 2 years ago when Michigan went to the Final Four in Atlanta, I went to that game and everything, and I was rooting for Michigan. I feel like as a
You
whole,
felt like a traitor, didn't
I
you?
did.
No, I'm
I was
kidding.
like, I'm not wearing blue, but I'll go to this game. But
Yeah.
I feel like as a whole, you should still root for the state.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna just be like, oh well, Michigan State is not in there, so I'm not gonna root for Michigan.
Right.
I mean, Michigan at all.
Yeah.
No, that's not me though.
Have you seen those shirts that are like half Michigan, half Michigan State?
I have saw those. I have.
like
I've actually
those.
seen faces painted
Right.
with both on there. So
Maybe I need that.
That's me all the way. Yeah.
I'm confused. I don't know which team I like.
Dye half my hair green,
Yes.
half my hair blue.
There you go. Well, yeah, I know that soon we'll be starting going to Michigan games, and we're gonna have to get Kaya some blue and yellow.
Right.
Lots of
That
extra gear
amazing
for her to
blue.
wear. Like,
I'll probably just dye my hair green. So that's a bigger statement when I go.
Just going strong.
That's
Straight all the
awesome.
way.
Well, on another note, a little bit of sad news today. We just found out that blues legend B.B. King passed away last night. He was 89 years old, and I'm sure everybody is saddened to hear this.
That's very
Yes.
sad. That's new news to me.
That's
I didn't
news to
know.
me because I know that Benny King, was that Benny King? I don't know. Died 2 weeks ago, and he was like one of my favorites. And BB King, I was just thinking about. I'm trying to think of his name, but yeah, with BB King, that's like one of so influential
Absolutely.
on music to
Like-
this day. Like, I'm a whole golden oldies blues fan from 1920s to 1970s. I'm like that time frame music. Nowadays, I don't know anything about music. I swear, I'll turn on the radio, I'm like, what is this song? This is not a song.
So you need to stick with
And
the
very
classic
soulful.
stations.
Yeah, so that is sad. Now I'm really sad.
I'm
now that
sorry.
I just
I
found
like
out.
totally ruined
Right.
the mojo of this conversation.
Right,
Well,
let me find out.
in more music news, how about that performance by Miley Cyrus. Anybody catch that?
Oh my gosh, my friend sent it to
Unfortunately,
me in a group
yeah.
chat last night. I was just like, what is going on? And I love Miley. I like the way that she's like, she expresses herself similar to Madonna, but I think it's just too like, extreme.
I think
she tries too hard.
Yes, I was
That's
just
what
going
it
to say, I
is.
feel like she tries too hard, and I get the whole bad publicity is still publicity.
I don't
but,
agree all the time
you
with
know,
that.
I
No,
just
it's
think
just bad.
I just think she goes too far to the extreme, like the whole "My Neck, My Back" song. We all are familiar with this song.
Unfortunately, the
Yeah.
singer or rapper that says that is Kaya. That's not me.
Yes.
Just guys don't get that
Just to
confused.
clarify.
Just to clarify.
yes.
She was in this horrible, huge butterfly outfit, leggings up to her stomach with just coverage on that
The important
area.
areas.
And then she's just flopping around on stage, flailing her arms,
Talking
and
about her neck and her back
trying
and
to
other
get
things.
And
people
other
in,
things.
like
And I
roused up, and it wasn't.
And I think the crowd was really confused. I don't know if it was like the Disney
Yeah.
fans in there or like I
Well,
don't
and
know.
that's
I was
My
so
thing, you
confused.
were on the Disney Channel for how long, and you are on stage right now dressed like a butterfly, and the
Singing.
words that are coming out of your mouth
Very
and
explicit.
the actions that you are doing on stage, it just
And I'm
it
all for
doesn't
growing
mesh.
up and like
Yeah.
you know everyone has to grow out of that and she's getting older. But way to transition, Miley.
Yeah.
way to transition. That was a little bit extreme.
Well, the one good thing we can say about it is it's always good entertainment. Like whenever she's
Absolutely.
in the media for whether it's good or bad, I mean it's always entertaining with her. So
I agree.
yeah, I mean
That's
that's like I could send you a sentence of emojis right now talking about Miley Cyrus.
Isn't it crazy how like with emojis you can just express yourself like without even actually typing a single word?
Yeah, seriously, if you guys ever want to get to our boss, like Dave Kim, he does not do emojis at all. So like next time you want to call in for one of your shifts, like do it with emojis.
And do it with
You'll be
emojis.
totally confused.
Right. I'm gonna put like the face mask over
It's like when the people-
emoji saying I'm sick.
It's like the
Can't
people who
go
have
to work.
androids and they come in like so distorted. It's
I
like
know,
they don't
right?
even
Alien
know which-
faces.
Alien faces. They're like, why is this alien covering his eyes? It's
Yeah.
like it's a monkey. No.
Right.
No, I think emojis are totally underappreciated in this world. Like I'm not kidding when I say I can speak full sentences with emojis,
is.
and I think everybody should get up on the emojis.
I do too. I feel
So,
like you should. Like I feel like with Androids and all the new smartphones, I feel like we should all be able to communicate with the same emoji app. Like I don't want to get an emoji, like
Right.
text someone from
It's
like
mixed signals.
Yeah, like-
you don't know what they're saying.
I don't. So I feel like yeah,
well, that's like
smartphone
if
companies.
If you leave a comment on Facebook and you put an emoji, and your friend has an Android phone, like you see the alien rather
Yeah.
than your emoji. And it's
I'm like,
yeah, I don't like the aliens.
I don't like that at
I
all.
like the smiley faces.
Audrey, one of the knockouts, she on one of her notes, she has the entire Titanic storyline in emojis.
Oh,
From the
wow.
start to the
Awesome.
finish, like the
It's like
kiss face
how?
in the middle and the Titanic ship.
like how do you even?
The iceberg.
The entire
it's-
storyline is there. You know what it is
That's
from
amazing.
emojis. You don't even have to watch the movie.
Goodness. Well, did anybody catch the Tigers game yesterday?
Was that 13-1?
It was 13-1 with the Twins. That was the
That
last
was-
game with the Twins. And I do believe we are moving on to the Cardinals, I believe.
Yes, today
Um,
is today's the game. At 8:30 Eastern. Is it 8:30 here? Or
well, I know
8:15?
that we're not working that event tonight, so it's got to
It's
be
a-
a
it's
out-of-town
away.
game.
It's
It's gotta be
yeah.
away.
Game.
I'm like I worked last night.
Yeah. But next week they're coming back all
Yes.
week long.
That should be
so-
exciting.
Well, and the Cardinals are actually a good team. So the Tigers, they need to. I think they're like 21-14 right now.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the Cardinals are, but
I think
it's
they're like
very close.
10. I think they lost like 10. So
So
it's kind of like a
21
similar
and
record.
10, I
So
think.
it's going to be an interesting
Sh-
series to watch.
absolutely.
Definitely.
hopefully, once we're down working the home games, we're always at Hockey Town, and we always can judge on like how the game crowd's going to be based on how many people we see coming through.
Yeah,
and,
hopefully it's-
stopping for drinks or dinner before the game. And I will say it doesn't seem to be that there's a lot of Twins fans in Detroit because
Yeah.
like over this weekend, I'm just like, where's everyone at?
Exactly.
You know,
Granted, the weather probably didn't help either. Like there was
good old Michigan weather.
Yeah, rain delay once or twice, and chances of showers. So
50 degrees. I would have been sitting at
yeah,
home.
like we went from 86 to like 50, and I'm like, okay, furnace, air conditioner, furnace. Like, really, make your mind up, Mother Nature. Like,
Really.
That's why I wait for summer games. I don't go to any spring games because I never know what the weather's going to be like. So I wait to buy my tickets whenever I know it's going to be a July or August game. I know it's going to be
that's
at least
smart
warm
thinking.
weather.
Yeah, last year we went for my birthday. We went to a Tigers game and then went to the casino afterwards. And the sun was shining during the day as we're getting ready, and we get down there and it was snowing. Like, it was
No
in
way.
April. It was snowing.
No
and
way.
So we had to go and buy Tigers hats and blankets and
Right.
scarves and all kinds
Oh
of
my
stuff.
gosh.
Like the concession stand loved us there, I'm sure, because we had
We
to stay
just
warm.
baked.
That's like the pub inside the Tiger Stadium. That's always packed when
'Cause
it's
there's
like that
heat,
weather.
and then there's
That's
air.
where I go if
Like-
it's a cold, rainy game. I go straight there and watch the game. And I don't know,
guess
maybe that's not.
we maybe had too many cocktails because we didn't think about that. We sat our butts right in our seats and stayed cold and stayed for the whole game. So, but
Gotta bring your blankets.
yeah, got to be prepared. You never know what it's going to be in Michigan. So, any other topics you girls want to talk about today? Well,
Anyone else want to throw out a topic?
Oh, is Mike Babcock staying as the Red Wings head coach?
Did
Did you hear about that?
We need our promo guy Ray. He always works the Red Wings games with us, and this guy is more knowledgeable about the sport of hockey than anybody I have
I think
ever
anyone in
seen.
the world.
Like, seriously, this guy is. It's just unbelievable how much he knows about hockey, and not just the Red Wings. Like,
Just like every
Yeah.
it's like
you can pull a random question out of the air about any team, and I promise you,
within
Ray
30
will know
seconds.
the answer. Yes.
In 30 seconds. I'm like, that you're talented.
Like, do you remember, was it you that I was working a Red Wings game with, and we were trying to figure out, we're like, crap, what is the name of the Red Wings mascot?
Yes.
And we're like,
The
where's Ray
octopus.
at?
We're like, it's not Stanley.
Yeah.
What is his name?
It's like
and-
Allie or something random. That's what,
Right. That's,
that's what one of our other promo guys had told us. But we're like, we need Ray to confirm this answer because, like, we just don't trust anybody else.
Diehard Red fan,
Right.
Red Wings fan for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, whenever we're handing out prizes at the Joe Louis, we always have him quiz people for the prizes.
Right.
We're like, all right, if you know some Red Wings things, how about something that happened back in 1991? Do you know that?
Exactly.
How many
And
things
Make it
that
real
happened Before he
difficult.
was even born. I'm like, how do you know?
he is like the
spirit was at the
hockey
game.
encyclopedia. Okay. Movies that we want to see or movies that you have recently seen.
Let me think. What movie? You know what? I actually want to see Insidious 3.
Okay.
I'm like a scary movie fanatic. Like and I don't know why, because when I get home I'm terrified and I'm like literally really scared at night.
Yeah.
But I like have the urge always to. I don't know. I think I just like the suspense. Like
See, I don't even know what movie that is.
see,
I've never.
and it's the
even heard
third one.
Okay.
It's already been out
Hence
twice.
the 3.
Right.
Yeah, I think I want to see Insidious 3 though. It's a really good scary movie. And these days it's hard to find good scary movies. Like I feel like
this is true. Okay, well that brings me to has anybody noticed like how many like remakes they're doing of like old movies? So like
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
new Poltergeist movie coming out.
Right.
Yeah, I did see
That is the freakiest
Yeah,
movie.
seriously.
Yeah.
Why
Whenever
would you
the
wanna do
TV
that?
went fuzzy, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like crying.
So I'm not really a fan of the original Poltergeist movies just because I thought they were so scary. But I do want to see the new one just to see how it compares to the
Right.
old ones. Like the little girl that was on that movie, like it made it hard to ever watch her in anything else because she just freaked me out in the original Poltergeist movies. So
I
the
know.
little blonde, I don't know her name, but yeah, I'm curious to see how that is going to be. Sometimes when they do remakes of movies, they just totally ruin them.
They usually flop,
So-
but
What's the last movie you guys seen?
oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm a Redbox or Netflix fanatic. I
Netflix.
never go to
Okay, I
the
can
theater.
discuss Netflix all day.
All day?
All day. What is your favorite? Like, what show are you watching right now?
Right now, I'm stuck on Dexter. I'm
See, I
really
finished
late,
it.
but I'm late on it. But I have to wait for the series to finish. That way, when I binge it, I don't have to wait for the next
You know,
episode.
I did that with Sons of Anarchy. I started watching it on Netflix, and then I like got to like I want to say like the 5th season, and I was like, wait, where's the rest of them? And then I literally spent like what, $60 or something, maybe 40 to $60 buying all the episodes.
Okay, you
like
wanna talk
I was
about
that addicted.
Sons of Anarchy. Like I have DVR'd that show since the very first one. Like
Really?
since it came out. And I switched, I don't even remember how long ago, maybe a year, 2 years ago, I switched from my normal Comcast DVR boxes to the Xfinity boxes. They never told me that I was going to lose everything
Oh
that
my
I had recorded on
gosh.
my DVR. I was
Oh my
like
gosh.
beyond the irate Comcast customer when I got my new boxes and all of my shows were gone. So now, like, you know, we've watched the final season and I hated the way the last season ended.
I
Like,
hated
it. Was
it.
just,
I
it was
hated
awful.
it. I was just like, wait, what happened? I'm so confused.
The only thing I can say about it is, like, if you watched it from the beginning and you paid attention to the storyline and how they refer back to his dad, like, I heard them say in the discussion afterwards that they're talking about doing a movie where it would be, like, from the time, you know, they were born up into that point in Jax's life. So his dad would be in the movie. Like, I think that would make sense, but I still, like, I think the last 2 seasons of Sons of Anarchy was just,
You know,
It was
sometimes
just
I feel like
not-
it's rushed.
Yeah,
When
it
you're like,
was-
oh, you have 2 more. You have 2 seasons left to finish your storyline,
Yeah.
and then it's like they rush it.
and then they kill everybody. Like
And
everybody
I-
that
you
was
know,
good
like,
on the show,
my
like, died.
my sister like warned me. She was like,
Just like
once you
Game of
start this,
Thrones.
you're gonna cry every
Yeah.
episode. Like almost every season, you're gonna cry.
Yeah,
and sure enough,
seriously.
and she was like, it's always someone you didn't expect to die. I'm like,
So funny. I worked
have not seen
a
it.
couple years ago. I've met almost every character on
Charlie?
I've met Charlie.
Oh
Hunnam.
my
Like,
gosh.
girl, get on my Facebook page. I got a picture with him somewhere. But no,
God
they
bless
do.
him.
They do the like Easy Rider tours. So every Easy Rider event, they have some of the characters from the show. So after the season where Opie was killed, like so brutally in prison.
oh,
like,
spoiler alert.
Sorry, it was like 3 seasons ago. Oh, you haven't got that yet.
No. I finished it. I'm just saying for anyone viewing.
Right. But I got to meet him afterwards, and I was like, here I am at this event, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to cry right now because
I
like,
just cried
it was
and you
just awful
died.
watching you die like that.
I've never seen the show.
Trust me, it's
That was my
something to
next one
watch.
after Dexter. I have to do one at
And
a
we
time.
just gave you a
Oh,
spoiler
man.
alert.
I
But
know.
trust me, there's so
You'll
much.
I won't
forget-
even remember.
listen, you'll forget by the
You're-
time you start watching.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Exactly.
But Dexter's ending is pretty disappointing too, just to forewarn you.
That's it. I'm not gonna watch
But
anymore.
it's a really good show. No, I was just actually thinking about rewatching it all over because I really liked that show. Like
Right now, I'm really mad at Dexter. I'm
know?
really mad at him.
he taught me a lot. Like I really know how to pretty much get away with murder. like I'm like, oh,
You know,
thanks.
between Dexter and Sons of Anarchy,
I'm
there
just
is not a
like,
crime
as
you
long
couldn't
as you have
commit.
plastic
I'm like,
wrap, right?
really? Thanks for all the forensic info. like, thank you, because now I'm scared to go home with all the people watching this show.
No, that's what scares me about those types of films or shows is that if I'm frightened as it is,
Yeah.
I watch behind my back no matter where I go.
Me too.
And so when I go outside, letting my dog out at night, that's the scariest thing in the
It
world. When
is.
I'm in the middle of watching an episode and my dog's scratching at the door, I'm like, you gotta hold it. Because I'm not going out until the morning when the
Because
lights
I've
out.
seen this scenario play out many times on Dexter, and I'm not.
Do you ever feel like these shows give, like, you're just giving people creepers ideas?
Yes,
Like,
especially these like gruesome films. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're just giving people ideas. Like, why are you doing this? Besides that, who's writing this? What is going on in your head?
Yes.
Like, it's
that's-
really.
Do they? I don't watch Dexter. So, but do they do like, you know how Sons of Anarchy afterwards, like they would do interviews with the cast and kind of like comment and talk about like the writer and you know what was going through his mind when he wrote that. Do they do that with that show?
See, I'm not sure because I started watching it on Netflix.
Oh,
So,
Right,
but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's probably exactly the same because they're both like cable shows. So Probably similar setups.
There are interviews online that I've seen, and
Gotcha.
I kind of get really into the person playing the character because I want to know how they are in real life. Just like I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Mentalist,
I've
but
never
with
seen
Simon Baker, he's actually Australian, but he plays an American, so he doesn't have like the accent or anything like that. So this whole time I'm watching Dexter, I'm like, I wonder if he has an accent in real life. And so then when I finally watch it, I'm like, nope, he just talks the same.
Really?
You know, I was
it's funny.
disappointed.
Funny that you said that because Jax from Sons of Anarchy
Has an
he's-
accent?
Yep, he's
Oh.
and like talking to him in person. I could always tell. Like I used to think he was Canadian because you know how Canadians say,
A.
yeah, and like just have a weird, I don't know, accent or whatever you want to say, but just the way he pronounced some of his words, I'm like, maybe he's from Canada. And he's just trying
I can't
to.
pinpoint exactly what's
but-
different, but it's
Yeah,
something.
just the way he says some of his words, it's just not normal.
Yeah.
But for us, I guess.
yeah, it's
not
normal. It's just not normal for us.
But yeah, I think he's from England or from
Yeah.
the UK or something like that. But there's also another new show on ABC called Nashville. Have you guys seen that show?
I've heard about it. I've
Like,
never watched it. How is it?
It's a really good show, but like it's based on country singers in Nashville, so they all kind of have the country southern twang to their
Yeah.
voice. But then when you watch the interviews, half of them are from England too, and
That's
it's
really-
just it's amazing to me like how you'll never hear their accent when they're singing.
Yeah.
You know, like they sound like us, you know, when
Right.
they're singing. But yeah, when they speak, like it is some thick English accents. So,
Yeah. I
but
know
that's a
it's-
really good show. I recommend you girls check that one out.
Yeah.
for
Have you
sure.
guys ever seen House?
Mm-hmm.
He's from England.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
And I mean, when I watched interviews with him, and he's like, "Oh, bloody," and I'm like, where did that come
Where
from?
did that come from?
Because you can talk all this time without an English accent, then you use bloody
Yeah, I
as
think it
to
would be.
describe something.
I think it
Bloody.
would be hard to. I don't know, to get used to, like if you're on a show that much and you're talking in this accent, like to go back to your normal accent, it'd be like, which one am I supposed to
Yeah.
use right now? Well, girls, I think we have covered a lot of
Yes.
different topics today, and I think for our first in the ring with the knockouts, it went well.
I think
so,
it went really well.
We learned that that LeBron's hairline may be the only reason why people
Why-
dislike
yes.
him.
His
What else?
emoji would be the hat.
We
Let's
learned
cover
that he has an emoji. That's perfect. He has an
Absolutely.
emoji. What
They
else?
need to just make a LeBron James emoji. That's let me just throw that out there, people. But we also covered the penalties for the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. And if you are,
A Michigan State fan.
Big state.
let's see, we also covered the Tigers that are going to Cardinals next, right?
Yeah,
They're
Cardinals
playing
next.
the Cardinals next, and then some other random topics of discussion like Miley Cyrus and that butterfly outfit that she should never wear again.
That hopefully we get an answer of why that even happened. So
Right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Until next time.
until next time, bye guys.
Bye.